is your local election headquarters, and tonight we're covering all of the local and state races here in Texas as well as in New Mexico. Polls closed at 7 tonight for both New Mexico and Texas, so unofficial numbers are still coming in. Thank you so much for tuning in to this special Election Day newscast. I'm Monica Cortez.
I'm Andy Morgan, and while all eyes have been on the race for the White House, we're continuing to follow several local races with unofficial final results just coming into our newsroom. Tonight, we're providing you coverage across your ballot. Our team of reporters are standing by with live reports and interviews as we follow these races with up-to-the-minute numbers that continue to trickle in. Now, turning to another race that will determine the future of the district attorney's office. This is a race many El Pasoans have been keeping a close eye on after the fallout from the Iván Rosales administration, leading to the current DA, Bill Hicks, being appointed by Governor Greg Abbott.
So the district attorney's office represents the state and victims of crime in the prosecution of adult felony and misdemeanor cases committed in El Paso, Culberson, and Hudspeth counties. Current district attorney Bill Hicks and James Montoya are in the running. Our Tirza Ortiz brings us more on tonight's reaction to the unofficial results and is currently at James Montoya's watch party. Tirza.
That's right, Andy and Monica. It was a contentious race, but as those polling numbers are coming in, the official results put Democratic candidate James Montoya well ahead of incumbent Bill Hicks. And I am with James Montoya now. Congratulations, number one. But also, you're going to take on a heavy load. How do you plan on addressing things once you're in office?
Yeah, so the number one issue facing the DA's office right now, they have a severe staffing shortage. They don't have enough lawyers to work on all the cases, and cases are falling through the cracks. That's the number one thing I need to fix, that we need to fix. In my opinion, what may be the strongest candidate is actually have people who want to go work with me to fix the DA's office starting on day one. People that used to work there, people that I've met as a defense lawyer, they want to work there, they want to help rebuild this office. I'm telling you now, it's going to take us years to repair the institutional damage that Iván Rosales did to that office.
Well, thank you so much, and again, congratulations, and again, Democratic candidate James Montoya will be upseating current incumbent District Attorney Bill Hicks, who served 2 years after being appointed by Governor Greg Abbott. Back to you.
Tirza, thank you so much. Another contentious race here in El Paso is for El Paso County Sheriff, as the sheriff's office will soon be under new leadership after nearly 20 years.
That's right. Incumbent Sheriff Richard Wiles will be retiring after 16 years in office. Here's a look at the candidates for this race. You have the Republican nominee Minerva Torres Shelton and Democratic nominee Oscar Ugarte going head-to-head in this one. Unofficial results showing Ugarte currently with 59% of the votes. Our KTSM 9 News reporter Jesus Baltazar continues our team coverage tonight with the sheriff's race. He joins us live with Oscar Ugarte. Jesus.
Andy, Monica, these are still unofficial election results, but the numbers indicate that Democratic candidate Oscar Ugarte is running away with this race with over 59% of the votes. He joins me now. Oscar, I want to ask you, obviously the numbers are unofficial, but they indicate you have a comfortable lead. I want to ask you, what can El Pasoans expect of Oscar Ugarte as the next sheriff of El Paso?
It's time for a new generation of leadership. I have the experience, I have the passion. I've been serving this community for the past 20 years, and I'm ready to continue serving. I want to thank them for the opportunity, and I'm ready to serve El Paso.
What is the top priority for Oscar Ugarte when he fills in those boots of sheriff?
The top priority that I want to give this the sheriff's office is I want to make sure the sheriff's office has the proper training, the proper resources to serve this community, because the sheriff's office staff is the most important asset that we have. I want to make sure that they're valued.
Oscar, one more question. What has been the key to your campaign from your eyes?
The most important thing is knocking on doors. That's what I've been doing since the campaign started back in March for the primaries. And you have to be transparent. You have to build those relationships with the community so they can understand what type of person you are. And I'm ready for growth, and I want to thank them for the opportunity.
Oscar, congrats. Thank you. Again, if these numbers stand tonight, Oscar Ugarte will be taking over for full-term incumbent Richard Wiles at the beginning of next year. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Turning back to some local races, there have been 3 candidates who are all vying for that El Paso County Commissioner Precinct 1 position. This after Carlos Leon announced just last year that he would not be seeking re-election.
So Precinct 1 spans most of the east side of El Paso from Geronimo Drive to East Lake, including areas along North Zaragoza. The three candidates are Democrat Jackie Arroyo Butler, Republican Claudia Rodriguez, and Libertarian Ryan Woodcraft. And our KTSM 9 News reporter Oriana Botaro, she's been following this race closely. She has more on the results and where those candidates currently stand. Oriana.
That's right, guys. For months now, I have been following the race for County Commissioner Precinct 1, and as those results continue to come in, the results show that Jackie Butler has at least 27,000 of those votes, making her the lead candidate in the polls. Butler's opponents included former city rep Claudia Rodriguez, coming in with 18,797 of the votes, and Ryan Woodcraft totaling 3,183 votes. Just a couple minutes ago, I got a chance to speak with Butler, who says she couldn't be more excited to represent the community where she grew up and the community she has served for over a decade now.
There is so much work to be done in Precinct 1. A lot of good work already happening, but more to do. And I'm just really excited to start rolling up my sleeves and get to work on issues ranging from water infrastructure to dealing with traffic and congestion, and really creating opportunities for economic development.
Again, these are just the unofficial results, but as always, we will continue to update you both on air and online at ktsm.com. Andy, Monica, back to you.
Oriana, thank you. And we're going to continue with unofficial results from races, certainly across your entire ballot, including the race for U.S. House District 23 in Texas.
We're also following the heated race for New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District between Democrat Gabriel Vasquez, the incumbent, and Republican Yvette Harrell. Make sure to stay with us.
Time to recap some local races. The future of the district attorney's office now. Current district attorney Bill Hicks and James Montoya are in the running.
Our Tirza Ortiz brings us more on tonight's reaction from James Montoya's watch party as unofficial results show him in the lead. Tirza, what can you tell us?
That's right, Andy and Monica. We've been taking a look at those unofficial results all night, and due to the current totals, it does appear that Democratic candidate James Montoya will continue to hold the lead in the race for district attorney. Now, taking a look at those numbers as of last update at 9:47, Montoya is at 57.5%. That's about 42 points over Republican incumbent Bill Hicks. Montoya won May's runoff election against former Judge Ama Trejo for the Democratic Party nomination. He is a current public defender who also served as an assistant district attorney at the DA's office under Jaime Esparza, working the early stages of the Walmart shooting case. Now, I spoke with Montoya moments ago, and he tells me the first thing he'd like to focus on is, number one, staffing the appropriate amount of people in office, and then working on drunk driving offenses as well as violent offenses. In East El Paso, Tirza Ortiz, back to you.
Tirza, thank you so much. Now to the race for El Paso County Sheriff. Republican nominee Minerva Torres Shelton and Democratic nominee Oscar Ugarte going head-to-head.
Yeah, and at last check, we saw Ugarte with that sizable advantage. Let's go back to KTSM 9 News reporter Jesus Baltazar, who is live at the Democratic Watch Party. Let's send it over to Jesus.
Andy, Monica, although results currently are unofficial, the numbers indicate that Democratic candidate Oscar Ugarte is very well running away with this race and will be set to replace four-term incumbent Richard Wiles when he retires at the end of this year as the next El Paso County Sheriff. Now, I spoke with Ugarte earlier today where he reiterated his campaign slogan that when he takes over, it'll be a new generation of leadership. Now, he also said that El Pasans can expect that priority number one for him will be to establish a new civilian social services unit. I'll send it to you guys back in the studio.
Welcome back, everyone. We continue our local election coverage, and we move on to the three candidates vying for the El Paso County Commissioner's Precinct 1 position.
They are Democrat Jackie Arroyo Butler, Republican Claudia Rodriguez, and Libertarian Ryan Woodcraft. Our Oriana Botero has more on the check of unofficial results. And Oriana, things looking good right now for Jackie Arroyo Butler.
Hey there, Andy. Monica. Very exciting night over here at Cerveceria 19 as those unofficial results keep coming in, showing that Jackie Butler is leading the polls with at least 27,000 of those votes. As I've been reporting, I've been closely following the race for County Commissioner Precinct 1, which represents the fast-growing East Side. Butler's opponents included former City Rep Claudia Rodriguez, coming in with 18,797 of the votes, and Ryan Woodcraft totaling at 3,183 votes. Just a couple minutes ago, I got a chance to speak with Butler, who says she couldn't be more excited to represent the community where she grew up, and she already has a couple things in mind of where she would like to start. Again, these are just the unofficial results. As always, we will be updating it both on air and online at KTSM.com as they continue to come into our newsroom. For now, I'm going to send it back to the studio. Andy, Monica?